All right. Hello again, whiskey friends. We are doing a special on-site live here today. We are in Michigan. We're actually going to be doing 2 picks this week. One at New Holland and another one at Evernorth. So excited about that. But being that we're in Michigan, Darrell, though, is not with us here. So Darrell is at home. We're going to do some fun and games and kind of take advantage of this virtual environment that we're in. So we got a whole bunch of people in the room with us as well. We got Gary over here with the World's Worst Bourbon Channel. Off screen right now, we also got Adam, Dusty Dan, Luke. What's this guy's name? Ethan. And then Katie Turk as well.
What's Katie last?
So we'll have different guests pop on and off this couch as we go through. Definitely not the casting couch. And we got a blind pour game set up where Darrell's the one that has to guess what we're drinking, even though he's not the one drinking it. So this is going to be an interesting hour here. And then we also have to talk about the Green River pick that'll actually be dropping on Monday. So we'll get into more of that as well.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We're going to get him to the nose.
Why don't we hop into chat here, say hello to some people, Darrell, and then we'll talk about the Green River pick, and then we'll get into the blind pour.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Jealous. I'm not even drinking the same stuff as you guys. Sucks. But Tom, top dog, John, cheers to you, sir. First one in here. Oh my God, what's going on? Got Mr. Tom. He's somewhere around there, isn't he?
He's in Michigan.
Oh, I thought he was with you guys again. Sorry.
Not yet. No.
Tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, cheers to you, sir. I spy Cheez-Its. There. We know this person over here. From the looks of Dan's face, someone is playing hiding. Oh, hide the what?
Hide the pickle.
This guy.
Dan's already had an entire bag of pickles already, too.
Oh, man. Craig G is here. Cheers to you, sir. Uncorked. Remote hello again, whiskey friends. Yep. I'm a little jealous, guys. A little jealous. Rando E is here. Who else is here? Let me scroll. Mr. Whiskey Nose is here. Cheers to you, Marty.
Marty.
This guy joining from the couch, Mr. Franchi. Roger Reese. Mark B. Cheers and good evening. Cheers to you, buddy. We got Mr. Doug, GT Mustang. Good evening. Cheers to you. Stacy. Cheers to you. Who else is here? What is that? Corgi Kaiju?
Corgi Kaiju.
Corgi.
Welcome.
69. Cheers to you. That's a new one for me. Got me like tongue-tied trying to pronounce it. Cheers to you. Jason, what's up, buddy? Skulls Whiskey Friends. In the lungs listening to Doves Cry and drinking like it's 1999. That's a good one.
Cheers, Jay.
Oh, yeah. Henry Turner. What's up, Whiskey Friends? Sipes McKenna or Sips McKenna? What's that? Sips McKenna 10. Luca Mariano is on deck tonight. What is that? Is that a cigar? Luca Mariano?
No, that's a bourbon too. I've never actually gotten to try those. I'm not sure where they're sourcing from. But I know that label. Is it Wilderness Trail?
Yeah. My man Lance, what's up, buddy?
What's up, buddy?
This weekend. Good times. Hooper's in here.
Hooper, you should have a package being hand delivered soon. Sorry about the delay, buddy.
Casting couch begins in 3, 2. And Dan, Sugar Kitty's in the house. That looks like the 3 Whiskey Stooges, Larry Curly and more Curly. Hi, and cheers to you, buddy. Eric, cheers to you, sir. Who else is here? Our man Todd. It's been a minute, man. Darrell in the See No Evil, Hear No Evil, and Speak No Evil Monkey. Cheers, buddy. Josh Fritz, good evening. Who else is here?
What's up,
Scrolling. I think we maybe caught up. Renee Pete's here. Oh, I can't highlight it. My mouse seems like it's dying. Oh.
Yeah.
Here we go. Cheers to you, Renee. This guy. These guys have no idea what they're about to drink. Darrell has to save them. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to try to at least. David Smith is here. Cheers to you, buddy. Is that it? That may be it. Yeah, it looks like we'll caught up.
All right.
There is bottom to my mouse. My battery.
Is your TV on, Darrell?
My kid's watching the playoff game in the living room.
Okay. It's like I hear a TV. I just didn't know where it's coming from.
Well, that's crazy. I can barely hear it on this end.
Oh, I thought someone was watching the stream and had a volume on their phone.
Well, thank you for joining, everybody. We've got 38 people in here so far. With the Green River pick that will be coming out through Sealbox on Monday, we're actually going to get our hands on some preview bottles tomorrow of the final product. But Darrell got to taste a sample of what we actually picked on that day. Darrell, would you like to talk about what you were getting from that sample as you were exploring it last night?
Yeah, for me, this was kind of on a different profile for the normal Green Rivers that I have. I actually poured it blind. I had two other Green River picks. I had a couple others, but grabbed a couple Green River single barrel picks, threw this in there, so I didn't even get a chance to taste it. I was tasting it initially during that blind. In the other two that I've had, I've only had one or two times, so I couldn't really distinguish what was what anyway. So it was like a true blind. But for me on that one, man, just to kind of throw it out there, it did win the blind. And I think for me, more so on the lines of it just having like some heavy, like nice citrus as Kara just jumps in there. But it was like a lot of peach, which I normally get like dark berry and cherry sometimes from Green River, along with like a lot of nice oak. But this was nice and spicy, nice oak presence, but a lot of like peach for me, which I love. It's like peach and citrus. So, yes, baby. Can I finish? Thank you. I think she's gonna be like Stewie. Mommy? Relax. Yeah, she's just being silly now. But yeah, peach, nice spice, a little bit of vanilla in there. Nice oak profile. Doesn't come across like crazy old, nor does it come across young at all. But that profile is what I like from Green River. It's not like the Nash Tucky like berry forwardness, but it's in that realm, and it's better than, like I said, all the Green River picks that I have here. And that's that profile from them that I kind of gravitate a little bit more towards than more of the funky oak side of things that I've seen from some of the other ones.
All right. So more communications will be coming out soon via Patreon and the Facebook group. So keep an eye out for that. But Monday is the big day for those links to go out. And then we'll probably go fully public by like Wednesday, if there's anything left.
Do we know what the yield is?
Dan? Not yet. We'll look into those official numbers here. We got to do some communications tomorrow.
Okay. You guys nosing sample A over here?
Yeah. So we are nosing sample A. I'm kind of on the same page with Gary already. I don't know if he put the thought in my head, but man, I'm getting like a Dorito note.
Dorito?
Yeah. Dorito.
What? I can't.
Broken. It's pronounced Dorito. That's what she's.
Jeff has been having some severe brain issues today. So
I need like 1 minute, guys. I'll be right back.
with that
Today? But what we are going to be doing here, so we don't know what we're drinking, but Darrell knows the options of what we might be drinking. So Darrell has to guess the bottle based on the notes that we're providing. So Dorito. And that's all you get, Darrell. Go.
No, this comes across malty and sweet, fruit forward.
Mr. Ellis.
To me, like I think it comes across almost a little bit like light whiskey, but not as sweet as that. Like it's very malty. So Gary thinks that it's Chattanooga.
That was just a funny guess because I haven't tried that yet. So nothing
So
like
you
bottle
think
I've
malty?
never had.
All right, he's asking a question.
What'd you say?
You were saying malty.
A little bit malty. It's very sweet up front. Proof wise, I think it's probably what 115, 116.
I haven't taken a sip yet.
I have in 110 to 116. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like over the top proofy, but it's got a good proof point. A little bit thin to me on the mouthfeel though.
Right, but still more than a light whiskey would.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're thinking light whiskey?
No,
No.
No.
Not far.
Oh, okay.
he was saying some sweetness like a light whiskey,
Gotcha.
but
Gotcha.
but not.
It's
Okay.
the finish is kind of long on it comparatively than I thought.
If we were to hone in on the age side of things,
I'm
what are
gonna
you thinking?
Trying to get a little bit more info. I shot a message to Katie because there's a couple bottles that I can't. Okay.
So if
I
you
was
zoom in
thinking
on them, Darrell, you
eight.
can see. a little
I was
bit
trying to, and I couldn't
more
tell exactly. It gets a little distorted when I zoom in a bit.
So 8 to 10.
Yeah, and I was getting a lot
That
of
should
vanilla finish.
be good enough, though. As long as I know what type it is.
Not so much Dorito.
I'm still kind of getting that note off the nose, but I definitely
Yeah.
don't get it on the palate.
Thankfully.
Like a corn chip on like a
coming in here.
Drawing to you guys
Coffee.
from the finish.
Cheers.
Travis Robeson.
There's some nice fruits there.
Yeah, it's very fruity. But it
Cheers,
comes across a little dry to me.
Howdy, Travis.
I'm getting MGP vibes. Anybody else getting that?
Yes.
MGP. Okay. Interesting.
I didn't want to put that into your head. I figured you would pick MGP if you.
Finish on is really good. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, it kind of tastes like our copper and cask. I don't know if that's one of the options.
I didn't see that bottle up there, but
What, you seen the bottles that were part of it, Kelsey?
well, we have a whole table of bottles. Now they picked off of that table, so I don't know every bottle that's up there.
Well, or the other table.
or the other table.
Yeah, there's all the bottles in the thumbnail, plus another dozen.
Yeah. Man, that finish is long, but it's oaky finish to me. I get the vanilla that you're talking about, but man, it's tannin forward for me. On the,
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if we were to combine everything that we were talking about, because I'm still getting that note on the nose. I don't know if the founders. What's the proof on the founders? This might be a little low.
I don't remember
What is the founders? Is that? Oh, that's Chattanooga, right?
It's Chattanooga, but it's blended with old MGP too.
Yeah, it's the only one I found myself to like.
I literally just saw the bottle and it said Chattanooga. I really didn't go beyond that.
Any
What's up?
Darrell,
Cheers, buddy.
without giving us bottles, any questions for us? What would you poke at?
I only can ask 3. You said right per sample.
No.
You get 3 bottle guesses, but 3 strikes you're out.
Bottle guess. Okay. You guys think it's what type of whiskey?
Bourbon.
Bourbon.
Okay. Finished or not finished?
I don't think it's finished.
I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So a straight bourbon. What do you think the age is?
We were thinking between 8 and 10.
Okay.
For me, it's deceptive because
I know
it has youthful characteristics and it has old characteristics. That's what I'm trying to decode.
In all three of you getting like a heavy malt?
I don't say it's heavy. I just think that it comes across that way to me.
Kind of like a malt sweetness. Like
Yeah.
in some beers, you get that.
Mm-hmm.
In proof, you said between like the 1-teens on the
Yeah.
120.
I wouldn't go up that high. I would probably 110 to 116, something like that. 108 to 116.
Okay. So off of your notes, like I got my eyes on 1, 2, like 2 bottles in particular that kind of, I think if I was tasting them, I would maybe get some of that. In terms of age, like proof, like that multi side of things. Granted, that's not even really a telltale for any of these bottles, I think, in a sense. But well, in some of these in particular, I pick up that type of note. In your proof point, you said around 1-teens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I can rule out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm looking at like maybe 2 of the 12 bottles for what you guys have. Hey guys, you're not loud. You're loud.
Sure.
Yeah, 2 out of 12. I'm kind of like leaning towards. Let me turn my mic down on this end because it was picking up my camera.
We said not finished, but is there any chance it's cognac? I'm still trying to figure out what's hitting on the nose.
Okay.
I mean, the tanniness would make sense if it was finished, but
Am I getting the grape though that I've always gotten on cognacs, and I don't know if I have.
Can you guys hear me better now?
yeah.
All right. Yeah, I had my camera mic on. I'm getting bombarded by Kai now, so sorry. It may pick up that volume. Came up here with his iPad showing some YouTube video. Yeah, like I'm still stuck on a couple bottles. Since I get like 3 guesses, I can probably throw maybe a potential third in there.
Could rule it out.
But I'm good whenever. Do I guess now and we reveal? Then you
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep,
Go ahead.
it's all in your hands, Darrell.
All right. So and this kind of helps, I guess, moving forward too, if it isn't those samples, because you know it could potentially be the other ones. But off of notes, like my first guess would have been the cellar aged Maker's Mark. Do I find out if I'm right before I give another guess? Or?
My final answer?
Well, yeah, I get 3 guesses. That would be my first final answer. Yeah.
And okay, not
No,
it.
not it.
No.
All right. My other guess would have been, yeah, Melek. That would have been my second guess.
Interesting.
No.
You're completely ignoring our energy brew.
Yeah. I don't know if there's.
But
an
what makes
MGP
you think there's MGP on this table?
Well, that's what we said. Yeah.
And my third guess would have been the black. Let me make sure that's the right one I'm looking at. Yeah, my third guess would have been the Black Label Nashville.
Be specific.
The black
But if
label.
that's not it, I'm not sure.
All right.
If that's not it, I'm not sure.
Correct.
You got
Is it correct?
Yeah.
Put this back, please.
All right.
The Black Label, right?
We were drinking 8-year MGP Stella Stash.
The malt threw me off. Like, you guys are right around that age point. Like, proof points are a little higher on that one, but like I never really get like slight malt on like an MGP, which made me
One-
gravitate towards that weeded profile of the makers.
124.8.
Not drink
It does not drink that.
Yeah.
Doesn't drink anywhere near that.
All right. Successful first round, Darrell.
Way to go.
All right, I'm done with that proof gas.
All right.
Okay, now I'm shifting out of here then.
Yep. Thank you, Gary.
Oh, cheers.
Here's Gary.
Cheers, Darrell, and everyone in chat.
All right. Who's next on the
Being
casting couch?
tagged in.
Luke.
Luke is in.
I think
We'll get a fresh one.
Come on in.
Seen a
All
few.
right, everybody. Say hello to Luke.
Luke Stevens. Wait, is this the Luke that's in here or no?
Yes, yeah, I was in there chit chatting.
Cheers, buddy.
Round two. Yeah, those
Trying to
are
highlight a couple. I don't know if I highlighted Christine earlier, but cheers to you. Mark as well. And I think I seen one other person. Gandy Road came in here. Cheers and Paul P, but cheers to you.
Yeah, cheers.
You even got the Dusty Dans.
So we're on to what, sample B, right?
Ooh, I got a bourbon engineer glass. Cheers. Welcome to your stream debut, Luke.
Yeah, I know, right? Glad you show up.
Whoa.
I'll pretend I'm drinking the same thing as you guys, as I said.
It is. There's a lot of oak on the nose.
Mhm.
Then I sleep in the bed no more because it's a
Comes across older than the first one on the nose, at least.
So a little older on the nose on this one.
daddy.
At least so far.
The three bearded men.
The three bearded men. One is way
Ooh.
more old, way older than the other.
Little prickly on the tongue.
So this one you're thinking's a lot older?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
This is more like
This
middle of the road, like bourbon.
So
Like,
you were saying one is a lot older. You mean sample one, Kelsey?
Fruity profile.
It's very middle, like straight down the middle, like flavor notes for bourbon. Like nothing is standing out like that defines it. So it's going to be harder to describe.
Okay.
I think it's still a bourbon here, Darrell. There is a bit of a fruitiness on the back end. The one thing that's throwing me off, so I'll need Kelsey and Luke's help on this one, is this weeded. I'm not getting
Because it's soft.
it's very soft to me. I'm not getting any rye sensation at all right now.
Almost kind of like a little, I don't know, maybe like a little chocolate note at the
I was
on the
thinking
finish. Like,
like a
Yeah.
chocolate bit, almost like chocolate, like hint of strawberry at the end
Yeah.
on the nose. Like it's very, very, very faint and light, but there's some sort of fruit, but it's very, very light.
yeah, it's not screaming fruit, cherries or berries
Yeah,
or anything
no.
like that. You gotta kind of dig.
But I could definitely see where you're saying about the chocolate.
There's some kind of.
What do you think proof point is?
Lower than Stella.
Lower than Cellar? Okay.
Man, I'm gonna say that under 110, right around 110. I still
I got a
think this
couple ideas.
lower than 120 something.
I was at around 110 too. It's got a little bit of the spiciness that I think comes from the proof on the finish. That's the only place I get it. This is a tough
I
one.
gotta guess. I gotta guess already. Well, who do you think distilled it?
Man, I don't know about that. Give me a couple more minutes here tasting it. I will say that the oak hits me on the outsides of my tongue rather than in the middle or towards the back, which is different than what we were drinking.
Cheers,
If you guessed Stellar's age on the last one, Darrell, I mean, if I were to think of anything on that table, I don't know if that's even an option right now, but it wouldn't entirely surprise me.
Which one?
If it was Maker's or Seller's age, I'm still getting. I'm just still trying to distinguish if it's a.
Yeah, a lot of different like layers, different styles of oak in there.
Yeah, and the lack of a rye spice is still getting me. I don't know if you guys agree yet.
Sweet and almost a little floral too up front
Mhm.
on the front part of the palate.
Yes.
The ham shell is rigged.
This girl's going nuts.
Any other questions for us?
So you said bourbon, right?
Yep.
You're thinking sub 110-ish proof, or like sub 112, maybe a
Right
little bit.
around there.
Yeah.
Right in that range. Definitely lower than the Stella, though.
Yeah,
You don't think it's finished or not, right?
It's way more fun to do this.
I don't know. Would you say this would be finished since it's got multiple? You're saying you're picking up multiple things of oak.
I'm
You
just,
think it's double
just
barrel?
like oak's kind of really the main, shining through.
I do get a little bit of the spice that you're talking about at the end of the finish, in the middle part of my tongue. But it hits different than rye spice to me.
Yeah, it's all back of the tongue, even roof of the mouth.
Mhm.
But yeah, it just feels different.
It's
If it was finished, maybe it could be toasted, Darrell, but
could be
Okay.
something. It's
I gotta
not, like,
guess.
fresh. Doesn't have that.
I'm not familiar with one of these bottles on here. Actually, I may have to just ask.
Almost like a little, not smoky note, but like I can't.
I see what you're picking up.
At the end, I'm just like just letting it sit. Like when I was saying chocolate, it's almost like drying, like almost on the edge of smoky.
Smoke pea.
No,
not
smoky.
too heavy, like a like extra charred malt, or a darker malt, extra roasted.
But you're not really getting a decent amount of age on that, you said, right? For you guys?
I don't know if the oak is age, but it's not really the depth.
I don't know if Gary's just in my head, but
He's good at
even when you're bringing up the smokiness now and kind of that barbecue, that's the thing I put with Chattanooga.
Yeah, me too. Like the Founders one.
The difference in the oak on this one to me is that the oak on the first one was drying, and this one is more satiating. Like it
Okay.
makes me,
Yeah.
it makes my mouth water a little bit, even though it's still oak, which is different.
Bring back.
Mm-hmm.
The Chattanooga, I don't know, that could fit.
We're not
Depending
supposed to
what
be
bottles
guessing-
are
we're not
up
supposed to be
there.
guessing bottles.
I know, I'm just giving him ideas. But
we also don't know what's in those.
sometimes they do those blends with some toasted cast versus not, which might be throwing us off too.
So I got a couple guesses on this one.
All right,
All right.
Adam, he's gonna guess. Let's see.
My first guess would be the 4-gate bottle that's on that table.
Mm.
No,
No, that's a big old X.
Okay. My second would be Barrel King.
The King of Hearts one.
no,
Man.
you got one guess
God.
left, man.
Take your time.
Nothing we said was anything about MGP. You're killing me on these guesses.
No, but like your notes though, because I'm familiar with like 'cause the only other one that you said you think it may be would be cellar aged. But
I don't know.
I'm trying to think. I haven't tasted a couple of these on here, but some I'm really familiar with. So I'm just going off of what I remember them being when I had them to see if any of those coincided. Yeah, my third guess would probably have to be the cellar aged. Trying to think, it can't be those. It better not be that. It's already
Definitely
not
that
that. There's a couple that I'm not familiar with, but
Oh, that
I'd probably
works.
have to go with cellar aged as my third guess. Oh, okay.
Is this all rice whiskey? It is.
It was a rice whiskey.
Was
Oh,
it?
Jason called it.
What's the proof on that bad boy?
Where was that
I
comment?
thought that was higher though. That's why I didn't go with that.
119.
How much was the proof?
119.
Yeah, like I thought it was a single barrel pick that had like a higher proof, and you guys were getting really low on proof, so I didn't think it was that one.
So
And you got, like-
we're right on the non-detection of any rye.
Yeah.
But man, that thing is always a chameleon. Darn it.
Dude, I've never guessed one of those right. Like anytime they've ever been in a blind, like always thought bourbon. Like
Is that the one that you said definitely not that one?
I gotta like sit and like literally drink
Strawberry.
damn rice whiskey so I can figure
And I
that
had
damn
that
thing out.
Mm-hmm. You know, we said there was no rye multiple times, Darrell, and you let off your first two guesses with MGPs.
With no rye, like what? That's the only bottle that has no rye. Like you're saying, well, how often?
Exactly.
But you said bourbon. Like you said bourbon.
Somebody.
We did say bourbon, but we said it was no rye, and that's why we said the wheat.
All right, Ethan.
Ooh.
Come on.
Jeez.
Yeah,
All right,
you
Darrell.
said
I
bourbon.
expect more out of you this round.
Oh,
Well, how you?
Taking down this
Oh, that's Jeff's glass.
There we go.
All right. Oh, we got two Jeff glasses.
And that's light.
There we go. Cheers. All right. So now we got Ethan in as our next guest on the tasting panel, casting couch.
So I had no.
Jeff looks like a little kid next to Ethan. Everybody looks like a little kid next to Ethan.
I feel like that in the middle, sitting in the middle right now.
Now there, Jeffy. You'll get ice cream later.
right in the middle of the back seat of the car.
Keep it up, that fuzzy boomy, or it's going to get taken away.
I think Marty's saying this only because you drank.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Jeff looks like a little kid next to Ethan. Everybody looks like a little kid next to that guy.
All right, Darrell. I expect more out of you this
All
round.
right. Well, I got the first one. Come on, give me credit. This is tough. I'm not tasting it with you guys. I think we have a better shot. Like, actually, well, we would have to probably know what 12, then taste through it and pick it out. But that's hard, man.
It is hard.
Top Jimmy. Thank you, sir.
Hey,
Jimmy.
Top Jimmy.
And
Thanks
Ed
for the
Williams.
super chat, buddy. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hey, Ed. What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Mr. Williams.
I think his new handle needs to be Bougie Ed.
Bougie Ed.
Why bougie, Ed?
Because he always smokes bougie cigars.
That's
man.
true.
Why waste time with non-bougie cigars? I agree with them.
$20 sticks.
So what are you guys getting on this one?
Man, the nose on this is really good.
It is.
I get that powdery, sugared, like super sweet
Whoa.
up front.
Yeah.
What is that?
What was it up front you said?
Super sweet, like almost confectionery sugar type of note.
Okay.
Even going into like a Smarties type of a thing.
Spicy, not spicy?
Spicy.
Deceptively
I
spicy.
get spice on the mid palate.
Okay.
It's very light in color, though. I mean, it's almost like E color, I guess is the best way to describe it.
It could be finished.
Oh, smell it after the first sip. That note's changed big time.
What do you guys think of the finish?
I think it's oily and lingering, but not in the chest. It's only in the mouth.
I think this
It's
is
coating rather than finishing.
Do you think it's finished?
Oh, understood.
I know.
There's like a fruitiness there, but I don't think it's a finished fruitiness.
I think this is around 130 something.
It's
What do you think the proof point is?
Oh,
I wonder if this isn't a light whiskey.
What do you think the proof point is?
I would say 133 to 136.
Oh, it drinks that hot to you guys?
Yeah.
yeah. She's
It-
a big gal.
it probably is. It's potentially light whiskey, Darrell. It is potentially light whiskey.
Okay.
But it's got that sweetness and the proof. There's not a lot of oak on it. The finish isn't real super long. You just get the heat from the proof
I don't know.
and the spice.
It's very candy too.
So that's a fair point. Now that y'all are saying light whiskey, I'm getting it's almost like a rum note on light whiskey, right?
Yes.
Where it's super sweet,
Yeah.
a little bit thinner, but the proof is jacked up, so it kind of hides it.
30.
Interesting.
There.
I can't remember if there was a light whiskey on that table.
with these people in here. I'm sure there was.
There wasn't a damn amount.
Did Ethan say thick in the mouth?
Man, any questions for us, Darrell? How have we helped you here?
So the type is kind of narrowing maybe things down a bit. Proof point always helps when like you guys are super high on proof, right? Because I can kind of weed out some of the stuff I know that's on here that's definitely lower than that. Would you say finished or not finished? I know you're getting like some like fruity notes and
I'm going back and forth on that. I'm gonna say that there's a possibility to be finished, but if you don't see anything that's that high proof that's finished, then you know that you can kind of get rid of those bottles. But it's only on the nose. Like I don't get a finished note on the palate. On the nose.
I get a lot of oil though, so that could be a finish or it could be proof.
What about
I think
age?
the proof is the standout for me here.
I agree.
You said what stands out?
The proof is the standout here. Like I say this guess should be made off of proof first.
Okay.
Because the proof on this, she's a big girl.
Well, I got two guesses already on that. The two highest proofs on the table. I would venture to guess for the first one because this one is finished. But I would go with the Copper and Cask as my first guess. It's that 20-year Canadian finished. High proof, 145.
It's not that one. I think it's a light whiskey if there's a light whiskey option.
There is not. So I guess I can say that since this is the third one. The only other one closest to that would be, which is probably higher proof, the Obtainium Canadian, like light whiskey, which is the same stuff as that's probably in that Copper and Cask. But that would be my second guess. That one's non-finished.
Yep, that's it.
Is that the one? I was like, that's the only other one that's in that realm of like kind of like light whiskey.
2 for 3.
Is that a 150 proof though? Like, what was the proof of that one? Because those are usually really high.
It was up there.
Damn,
Let's see.
yeah.
It is hazmat. It is 78.9. So
156.
156.
Wait, 78.9?
Yeah.
So 157. God,
157.
157. That may be the one that I have.
That proof, I will say.
It doesn't drink that proof. It drinks like high 130s to me.
157.
Now this says just Canadian whiskey, so it's not a rye.
No. That's like their 99.1. It's the same.
Yeah,
like,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think so,
Yeah, it's Black Velvet. Heaven Hill bought
All
Black
right.
Velvet and then sold off the top.
Oh man, I am still feeling that proof on my tongue.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
It just like won't let go.
Yeah.
Like my
It's there.
my tongue is literally just like saying danger, danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Luckily, I had a little bit of a cold coming on, but that's gone now.
All right. Good job,
How old is
Darrell.
that one?
2 out of the 3, man.
How old is that one? I got a 78.9 27-year right here.
27.
Oh, it may be the same thing. So I'll just pour it up in.
It had
majority of
yellow.
this at least.
Yeah, I think it is the same
I think
thing.
that's the same bottle.
It's got yellow wax.
Does it? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So I can at least live vicariously, slightly. Well, I got a decent amount of the bottles that are probably on that table.
At that proof, you'll get the same experience we got. The funny thing is, the nose is so much tamer than the palate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When going from the second to the third pour, like this seemed muted. Like the nose seemed completely muted to me until after you tasted it. Then once you tasted it, the nose like came back out.
How would you rank the 3?
I would say Stella would be my number 1. This would be my number 2, and then the other one last.
Oh yeah, that's definitely more towards the light whiskey than that Copper and Cask.
Same boat right now. Yeah.
So Jeff is the same as far as the order of what he liked the best.
I can kind of pass for just MGP light whiskey.
Yeah.
All right.
I haven't had that in a while. And it doesn't drink 157.
Yeah. Get Dan in here.
I don't know if I can get up.
Yeah, my toes are
Now-
tingling. I can feel it.
Oh,
We're gonna do one more of these blind pours, everybody. Dan is gonna join us on this one.
Oh, we got another one?
We're gonna do one more.
One
since we
next,
got time.
baby.
Okay.
Since we're blazing through these here.
Dan
Now-
the man. What's up, buddy?
Everybody that's in here, we said it on the front side of the stream, but want to hype it up again. Green River pick is coming out this Monday. We'll talk about it more on your stream on Monday too.
We will.
So we're gonna get some preview bottles tomorrow. So we're gonna get to taste the final product. But Darrell had been spending time with the sample that we have from when we picked the barrel. So
Yes.
you know, it did get to spend an extra 2-3 months in the barrel. So we'll get to see the final product here
Yes.
tomorrow.
And none of you tried it after, right? So
No.
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
Tomorrow.
yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully it's gotten better, right? That's always the variable when something sits for a bit. You never know if it's going to change for the better or the worse.
Yep.
Agree.
Right.
We've yet to have one go for the worse.
I don't think I've had one go for the worst in terms of picks. Like I've had like barrels that like copper and cast in particular, like tried a couple things and something sitting for like 4 or 5 more months definitely changed a little bit on the worst. Like it got a little worse than it. I remember it being like really good. But in terms of like regular single barrels that I've ever been on, I've never, fortunately, haven't been in that situation. You know what I mean? You pick something and you didn't like it or care for it as much as the first time. I think
Darrell, what was your
is gonna get
experience with the Green River that you tried? Like our pick that you tried.
So I really liked it. I was telling the guys early. I don't know if you were around.
He was playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. So I poured it before I even tasted it. I poured it into a 3-flight blind with 2 other Green River single barrels that I wasn't too familiar with either, right? I've only had those maybe once or twice to try to make it as fair without knowing what was what. Tried sample B, which ended up being the pick. And I was like, holy crap, it's night and day between the first one. It was a lot more berry and like peach forward for me. Like it's a lovely like citrus punch, like peach note, dude. Like I can't explain it. Almost makes me dive down that like hard truth realm when you get like that peach citrus, like peach ring type note. It was all day on that for me. So I'm hoping that's still present on the one that's bottled now, because that's what took it over the top for me. But yeah, nice spice, good amount of oak. Like you could tell it's not like a 15-year-old bourbon, but it has some nice age. Profile's nice, and just that peachy note, man, was just right up my alley, dude. I loved it.
Yeah. So this Monday, everybody, on Sealbox.
Monday
What's the
on
price
Seal
point?
Box.
How much
Buy it
is
up,
it?
guys. I promise you, it is delicious, man.
Do we got a price
and-
for everybody?
And if you live in
Do
a
we know the price
state
that Sealbox is offering for?
that Stillbox doesn't ship to, just make sure to email us and
We'll
we'll get you a workaround. So if you live in a state that Stillbox doesn't deliver, make sure you email us. We'll get you a workaround, be able to get you the bottle that you want. So
But we'll work on the yield and the price and all that stuff tomorrow. We got to work on all that official communications to get those
Okay.
the links going and all that. So more communication here to come.
All right. So what are you guys getting on sample D?
Okay. Different nose again.
Yeah. Fruit cocktail.
I was gonna say it's very fruit forward.
cocktail.
It's fruit. It's setting off my craft whiskey alarm.
Craft. Okay. Damn, this
We're
is
back down we're back down to the normal range on fruit.
after having 157. At
Yeah.
Those pallets are shot. Probably.
least they threw it at the end, right? Instead of lighting you up first with it.
116.
Smoking agaves here. Cheers, buddy.
Vibe at all, or is it more like when you say craft? What are you thinking? Like, what making you think craft?
Yeah, what note is making you think
Watermelon, kind of a note
Yeah.
on the nose.
Okay.
Kind of
I
led
get
me
that.
there to begin with. trying the best. I always have a hard time with the nose on these particular.
How's the
Glasses.
color on it?
Not. I mean,
It's-
we're sitting in a dungeon. I don't think people can tell that based on the camera.
It's kind of coppery,
But
like black
this-
copper.
It's light.
This girl's oily though, man.
Okay.
It is oily.
AKA stretch marks. Yes. It's got those. I mean, look at that. I mean, that is stretch marks, man.
It does have that.
Yeah.
Can stretch marks. All right. So viscous, maybe young, maybe not. Are we thinking bourbon? What type of whiskey? Are we
Definitely
thinking?
bourbon for me.
Yep. I
Okay.
agree.
I'm gonna say it's a lot younger. It's like 6 to 8 years old. I'm not getting
Okay.
a lot of depth on.
What about proof? Proof's always the one I can kind of narrow this down a bit.
It's harder on the
Man.
proof. It's. I'm gonna say between 110 and 120.
Do you
I
got
don't
any
think-
more of the first one you have to maybe?
Coming off. No, we don't have anything else to compare to. Coming
No.
off the hazmat, it's a little hard to
Yeah.
get proof.
Anything's going to taste lower proof than that. It's tough to gauge.
Very familiar though, for me. Flavor profile. Very familiar.
Say 118 proof.
118 proof.
Yeah.
I get a little bit of spice in the middle bit of
Yes.
in the middle of my tongue on this one.
Sit down. Sit chair. Sit down.
A little bit of oak, but it doesn't last very long. The finish is pretty short.
Yeah, the flavors are short and to the point. Like Kelsey said, like it doesn't. This isn't something that lingers. However, that's interesting. There's a very interesting note on the back of the palate, and I can't quite pick out what that is.
This one's going to be a little tougher. So I can rule out 1, 2, 3. You guys think it's bourbon. Think it's a little young. Proof point's going to be a little tough. So it shouldn't be
118 to 122 proof.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The hard part about this one is
I haven't ruled out MGP either. That's
Do you
very
like it?
first taste
That's
Is
it.
very
it good?
Say that
Is it
again,
good?
Duro. Is it good?
Yeah.
Yes. I got MGP vibes from when I first tasted it, but
maybe my third favorite of the series here tonight.
What was your first, Jeff?
Those, but I don't get on.
the Stella Stash was our favorite so far.
Stella? Okay. Is
Um,
that an Adam bottle?
I don't get MGP.
All right. I'm
get
trying
it.
to see.
They're on the- Is there anything that's an MGP blend on there, Duro? Maybe think of that round.
MGP blend? Potentially,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I said Barrel King earlier. That's probably an MGP blend.
That could make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. this one was,
Outside of that, I can't really talk about the other bottles since I haven't named any of them. But
6 years age statement. Maybe.
yeah, they're always in that realm, right? Unless there's some of those like single barrel picks that are maybe 10 or 11, but they're usually in that.
It's oily. The rye hangs on to the finish for a very
Yeah, I was going to
long
say the
time.
spice hangs on
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
It goes and goes and goes.
Yeah,
we got
MGP
about-
radar going off, Jeff, or what?
I would guess it's MGP.
Yeah.
Yeah. You too, Dan?
Dan's conflicted.
Dan's on the
I don't know,
fence.
man. I don't know if it's MGP.
If it was an MVP, what do you think it would be?
Hi, Dana.
Not old MGP though, Travis.
Mm-mm.
Old MGP is easily distinguishable.
That's why I'm saying I think it's a blend of something.
Shooting off all these
It
different.
has to be. I get it on the nose, but I don't get it on the palate.
This almost tastes like a little bit of turkey mixed with something else. Like it gives me that kind of a turkey, that juicy fruit, the
and
spice.
yes. Yeah.
It comes across as a
No, I'm
blend of
all
whiskey for
MGP,
me.
Darrell.
All MGP?
I think
This
so.
could be that
Yeah.
sort of thing, man.
With different barrels and age is going on.
Yeah, something collective. Yeah.
I'll throw a guess out there, man, and I'll say the
Okay.
Barrel King. That kind of
Go ahead.
fits what you guys are saying.
Hey, hold on. What are you guessing, Darrell?
Barrel King?
Barrel King?
No,
Nope,
I don't
it
know.
was. It's it.
it was.
That is what Kelsey, that's what Kelsey is thinking.
Oh my gosh, we're all bringing different stuff, you assholes.
Oh shit! Oh, that's.
They gave
I'm
us
sorry,
each a
baby.
different
Don't
bottle.
say that.
Right. Darrell,
Oh,
what am I
God.
drinking then?
That's gonna be tough.
What am I drinking then, Darrell?
So you're thinking MGP as well, Jeff?
I am, and I don't know. There's something about mine that keeps making me think it's not old MGP, like 6-year MGP, or like if there's anything younger there.
It almost tastes like.
I don't know the stat. Wait, actually.
Swear to God. Really? Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It has like an oakiness to it, but it's like.
yeah, I don't know the stats on this bottle, but whatever the Penelope is on the shelf would be my guess for you.
The Penelope. Yeah, maybe.
Yours?
No, that's
No.
not it.
There's not many I can really go with.
Call it.
Is there
Outside of
Dan
that-
said it.
Oh, there it is.
Wait,
All right.
what is that?
Dan called it
Mild
earlier.
Schmirky.
Oh, that was my second guess for you. Is that what you're drinking?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was going to be my second guess for you.
What are you drinking? I don't know.
What are you drinking?
I don't know.
Dan doesn't know what he's
I
drinking.
don't know.
So Dan didn't really get MGP.
On the
Right.
nose, yeah, but not on the palate. Is that what you said to me? It's I feel like it's like the Jack Daniel's 10. It's oaky. It has an oakiness to it, but it's not like it's almost it's semi one dimensional. Like it's not there's not a lot of depth to it.
My guess would have been the other NBC.
No.
Other NBC.
They're saying no on that.
What other NBC?
There's another NBC on that.
Hey, this thing's 6 years old. I didn't nail the age.
There you go.
Impressive.
All right, what's Dan drinking? We got about 5 minutes, 6 minutes left. And finally, we get to the celery.
Sorry.
Here we are talking about Rise Bias.
Dan had the makers.
Dan has the makers.
Way to suck, Dan. You take from your competition, I can call all the bottles. Fucking no.
Adam is never allowed to pick the bottles with Katie because they conspire way too much.
That's
How much is left, Rail?
That's
it.
So evil.
Yeah, there wasn't much. That looks like the same that's on this thing here. So I didn't initially think that it was part of it. I was like, oh, unless this was like an after picture, you know. But I was like, if it's a before picture, it's definitely not probably the celery age. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that one when I had it, man. I don't really like weeded bourbons though.
The 23 was really good. The 24 was kind of meh.
I had the 23 at Evergreen, and like I said, I'm not into weeded stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I would take the freaking DNA stuff, the higher proof DNA over that.
Well, thanks everybody for hanging out with us tonight. We got a few minutes left. That's Adam's hand, by the way. Again, we are releasing the Green River pick on Monday. More info to come on price point, age, yield, all of that stuff coming out in the next few days. And so make sure that you guys look for that. And then also, again, I'll say, if you live in a state where Silbox doesn't deliver, make sure you contact us and we'll get you a workaround to be able to get you your bottle. So make sure that you don't miss out on this pick. I will say that the Copper and Cask went super fast. I expect this one to probably go just as fast, to be honest with you.
And it was pretty good. I want to like just drink the rest that I got, but I want to save it to compare. But
yeah, and we are going to be picking tomorrow. We'll be at New Holland. most likely picking a walleye, and then we'll be on Friday. We'll be in Evernorth with Dan and Sean and the Junkies, picking maybe more than one barrel. We'll see.
100%.
Dan says 100%. So we will convince Jeff and force him to do what we want to do. So that's what we do anyway, most of the time.
They wait until we drill into a bunch of barrels and then they ask you these questions.
Oh goodness.
Wish I was
Is
there,
Jason
guys.
going live tonight? I don't know if Jason's
I
going
believe
live.
he is.
He's
Oh, yeah.
going live tonight. So
No,
after
he didn't
you
go
guys
live.
come off of here, just make sure you go over to Jason's 2.5 barrels, Travis. Yes, absolutely. We were talking about if we got a barrel with 60 bottles, another barrel with 60 bottles, and a barrel with 80 or 120. Is that 1 barrel, 2 barrel, 3 barrels? So there you go.
Jay's definitely going live with a lot of hitters that he's tasting through.
Anything else, Jeff, we need to hit?
No, that's the big thing there. So if you aren't already in the Facebook group or on the Patreon, go get into those so you can get news and get the links to these barrel picks before they go public.
Yep, definitely going to be a lot of people wanting these, especially if you haven't tasted or didn't get the copper and cask. We will be sampling some of that out and giveaways so that you guys can at least taste it. Even though there's 90 bottles left, but that should give you an idea of the kind of pallets that we have on the pick teams that are able to pick some really, really killer barrels. So, I guess that's it.
I think that's it.
We're gonna go have fun and drink a lot of more whiskey. So, you guys, thanks for hanging out tonight. Darrell, I wish you were here, buddy. We love you.
Man. September, October time frame. Jason's event, man.
We gotta
I'm
get
in there like
everybody
somewhere.
before we hit 10
So
everybody in there.
we'll be hanging. We'll be hanging. Who's out on the
Everyone on the casting couch.
Casting Couch crew, let's go.
There we go.
Producers. What's up, dude? What's up, Donnie?
Hey, there Donnie. He snuck in on us.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us here tonight, and we will catch you on the next Whiskey Wednesday casting couch.
Bottoms up, baby.
Everybody.
Cheers, everybody.